Hello again, Struck. June is almost here, and so are the games releasing in that month. Here I am again with my upcoming Struck list video for upcoming high profile games coming in June 2023. And there will be another Struck list for the underdogs for the low profile games this month. And since I'll be too busy with Diablo 4, I won't be making underdog 3D, underdog 2D. I'll just have high profile and low profile. So for the high profile games video, this one that you're watching, I've decided to pick 10 titles. 10 titles that I believe one way or another deserve the high profile title. The video will be on in chronological order, except I will start with Diablo 4, which is my top game from that video. It's the game I'm most excited about from the video, but it's not the one releasing first. So I hope you enjoy the selection of games, and if you won't be playing Diablo 4 like me throughout the month, hopefully some of the other games there are to your liking and fit your preference, your genre, preferred genre of games to play. So buckle up, strap up, and let's go. As I stated, Diablo 4 is the game I want to start this list off. It's my most anticipated game of the year, not just the month, but just the year in general. So the story in Diablo 4, if you didn't know it, is all about Sanctuary. Discover the world of Sanctuary as you battle through its expansive lands. Join fellow adventurers, retake besieged towns, delve into the corrupted dungeons, and uncover lost secrets as you fight for the fate of the world. Lilith has returned to Sanctuary, summoned by a dark ritual after eons of in exile. Her return ushers in an age of darkness and misery. There is an old legend that has it that Sanctuary was created by the union of an angel and demon, which is Inarius and Lilith, and that their descendants, humanity, built villages, then cities and empires spreading across the land to form the world's cultures and civilizations. And we will be able to explore multiple regions of Sanctuary, play 5 classes. I think most of you know this information, but just in case, I will be mentioning it. Keep in mind the game will have crossplay on Xbox Series X, One, PlayStation 5, 4, and on PC via Battle.net. There will be PvP if you didn't know it. You do. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in the game. There are things I'm not happy about, but there isn't anything I can do other than just say I don't like certain things and how I think they should be done. But in general, my most anticipated game of the past several years, actually, not just that year even. And yeah, Hell Welcome So. It's the ultimate action RPG experience. Whether it will deliver for everyone and based on everyone's expectations, that remains to be seen. I hope it at least it delivers what I expect it to deliver. I'm not expecting a 10 out of 10 game because I do know about certain things in the game that I definitely don't agree with in terms of design choices, but that doesn't mean I won't play the game. That doesn't mean I won't enjoy the good parts of the game for what they are. So the 6th of June is the release date. But if you order the Ultimate or the Digital Deluxe editions, if you pre-order those, you get 4 days early access. So that means June 2nd. And that's depending on the time zone. It's actually on the 1st of June, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. New York time, um, midnight London on the 2nd, Central Europe, 1 a.m. My time zone, Sofia, 2 a.m. and so on. So there's maps with the early access maps with the times for the actual launch. But overall, all of that information you should be seeing that on your screen right now. So if you haven't gotten your edition and you want to start early, rather than wait, there are those certain editions, the digital deluxe and ultimate that give you those 4 days early access. Otherwise, you can just wait 4 days. It's not the end of the world, even though this game does have some sort of PvP competition kind of thing, and there's also even a competition for the first 1,000 players in hardcore who would reach max level to get their names on a statue, physical statue. But I think that's enough information about Diablo 4. More about the game when I start playing and streaming it in a few days. The next game on this list is another one that does not need an introduction. Street Fighter 6. Here comes Capcom's newest challenger. Street Fighter 6 launches worldwide on the 2nd of June 2023, for some regions the 1st of June 2023. So, same as the early access of Diablo. And represents the next evolution of the Street Fighter series. Street Fighter 6 spans 3 distinct game modes, including World Tour, Fighting Ground, and the Battle Hub. And the Battle Hub is kind of like an area where players with the customly created characters they make will be able to interact with each other, and there will be certain modes where the custom created characters you would be able to use to fight against other people's custom created characters. There's also certain modes where you could only use the pre-made characters that exist in the game. So there is a downloadable playable demo on different platforms, including on Steam. So if you're not sure whether the game would run well on your machine or whether it is to your liking, and you want to have a little taste of it, well, go on Steam or on your platform of choice and download the demo. It looks nice. It looks beautiful. I'm not a big fan of fighting games, but every now and then I don't mind me a good fighting game. So Street Fighter 6 seems to be yet another title from Capcom that keeps the high roll going. If you like baseball, well, the next game is for you. Super Mega Baseball 4. I know, cringe name, but that's one of EA's sports titles. And this one is based on the baseball, as the name suggests. It's where the legends play. A signature combo of arcade inspired style and immersive gameplay returns with over 200 baseball legends and a grand slam of presentation upgrades. Releasing on the 2nd of June 2023, developed by Metalhead Software Incorporated and published by Electronic Arts. So if you want the next title in the Super Mega Baseball series. If you want to play a baseball game, regardless whether it's photorealistic and stuff, because this isn't, it has some more of a cartoony, small body, big head style. If that doesn't bother you and you want a nice baseball game, well, maybe this one is the game for you. I'm not much of a baseball person. I used to play a little bit when I was a kid, but it's not as popular in my country. So, interesting title though. If you like baseball, I think that might be what you might enjoy playing every now and then. On this list, we also have a couple of titles that are not brand new releases, but they're brand new for Steam. And Riders Republic from Ubisoft is one of those. The other one is also from Ubisoft, which we'll cover in a moment. So Riders Republic, developed by Ubisoft, Annecy, Belgrade, Kiev, uh, Pune, and Odessa. Multiple Ubisoft studios have worked on this one. I've played the beta, and it's pretty fun-ish. Kind of disappointed that some of my favorite extreme sports don't exist, but it's an interesting way of handling semi-massively multiplayer online world with a big, massive open world map and various missions, and you have multiple different types of sports, including snowboarding, downhill biking, regular biking, and some wingsuit action and so on. So jump into the massively multiplayer playground. Bike, ski, snowboard, wingsuit across an open world sports paradise. If you're looking for something like that, you definitely would have a lot of fun in it. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you feel like you want to experiment with something that's different than the plethora of other extreme and sports games, then Riders Republic might be what you need. And it's coming on the 8th of June 2023 on Steam, already available on multiple other platforms. Next up is Layers of Fear, coming on the 15th of June 2023 for multiple various platforms, a remake, a reimagining maybe of the story by Anshar Studios and Bloober Team, and published by Bloober Team SA. It's a psychological horror game. There is a demo on Steam, by the way, that you can try if interested, and all stories must come to an end, even twisted and eerie ones. The canvas, the stage, the novel. This narrative focused psychological horror experience is ready for its final brush strokes. Its curtain call, its final chapter. Are you ready to return and face your fears one last time? Is the line they're asking us, the question they're asking us. Yes, the game is not everyone's cup of tea, but if you want a narrative driven psychological horror game, then this is it. The focus is not like Resident Evil on the action and the story. The focus is mostly on just the story and going through the scenes. It's more like going through a movie, horror movie, but from a first person's perspective. It's an interesting game, not my genre again, but if it is your cup of tea, well, the 15th of June 2023 is the date for you. And again, there is a demo before that that could maybe get you even more hyped up about Layers of Fear. Here comes the other title I mentioned that is from Ubisoft and is also not new per se, but new to Steam. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction, which is a tactical co-op PvE first-person shooter where you and your squad face an evolving alien threat. Teamwork, tactics, and flawless execution are key to your survival. Developed by Ubisoft Montreal, published by Ubisoft. Not sure why this game didn't pick up much traction. Um, but yeah, Ubisoft's Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction by Ubisoft, has something called a buddy pass. And if you get the buddy pass from the standard or the deluxe edition, you can invite, I think it was up to 3 friends to play the game for you for a while as a trial. And that's actually a very interesting system. So at least you get your squad with you to play the game without them buying if they're not sure whether they want to buy it. If I'm not mistaken, it should be in the Ubisoft Plus subscription service, but don't quote me on that. It looks interesting. If I had the chance to play it for free, I would have, but since I don't, I wouldn't. And again, I will be busy with Diablo 4, so definitely won't have time for anything like that. The next game on this list is actually pretty fun, and again, I recently played in a beta test of the game, and the game in question is Park Beyond, by Limbing Entertainment as developers and published by Bandai Namco Europe. Releasing on the 16th of June 2023, it is a theme park simulation game that gives you the freedom to create and manage the parks of your dreams. Whether you love to manage finances and visitor experience, or just create fun and cozy parks, the game has something in store just for you. Yes, it has a sandbox mode and it has the story mode. In the story mode, you start as an aspiring um, theme park creator, um, creating roller coasters and all sorts of crazy weird rides. But this game stands out from the other roller coaster tycoonish type of games by the crazy, unrealistic, um, not lifelike rides that you can make. For example, you can shoot yourself from a cannon, and in the very first tutorial mission, they ask you to do that to learn how to make that. And then, speaking of the very first tutorial mission, that's where you also learn how to create tracks, and it's extremely user friendly. The whole track creation system. You can modify a track, so once you make it, you can just do minor adjustments of the curve of the elevation and things like that. Game in general should not be underestimated, even if you're just in it for the roller coaster tycoon aspects of it. But if you just want to create a fun ride and ride it in first person, experience it, that's also possible. You can do that. You can go ahead and create the weirdest possible ride you want, and then test it and see how it feels like in first person, just like the old roller coaster tycoons used to let you do. But the craziness that this game has in it is a major selling point. And if they were to do free demos, maybe they would get more people getting it. The game is priced at $49.99. Not quite the $60, $70 AAA pricing, but still not a cheap game. So it's gonna be interesting to see if the game will pick track and no pun intended. But yeah, whether it will pick up its audience there, because there is a massive audience for such casual, chill sandbox experiences like Park Beyond. And yes, you can go beyond in many different ways of the world, many different meanings of the world with this game. And I think maybe I've talked enough about it, and we should give some other games some time in this video. The next title is coming in fast. Formula 1 23, or F1 23 as it's called. Be the last to break in EA Sports F1 23, the official video game of the 2023 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. A new chapter in the thrilling Breaking Point story mode delivers high speed drama and heated rivalries. Keep in mind it's coming on the 16th of June 2023, developed by Codemasters, the masters of racing games, I guess, and published of Electronic Arts. Yeah, Codemasters, they did get very popular with their rally games like the Colin McRae series, but then tackling on the Formula 1 genre is also a nice thing to see. Very pricey, $69.99 for the standard edition, $89.99 for the Champions Edition plus limited time bonus. But I guess since it's the only official Formula One game out there, if you are a fan of the sport of the races, let's call them, and you wanna experience it on your PC from first person or third person, depending on whatever camera you like to play, this is the game. This is the simulator for you, for all of you F1 fans out there. Next on the list, we have Aliens Dark Descent. And Aliens Dark Descent is another game in the Aliens universe, which this time is developed by Hindus Interactive and published by Focus Entertainment. It is um, a squad based game, so drop into the gripping journey of Aliens Dark Descent, a squad based single player action game in the iconic Alien franchise. Lead your soldiers in real time to stop a new and terrifying kind of xenomorph outbreak on planet Leti or Lete. Not sure how they pronounce it. It looks fun, it looks interesting, and I'm surprised that they decided to go for a single player experience for once, compared to the previous Aliens game that was the co op shooter wooter that didn't turn out that well, in my opinion. So this time it's kind of a squad based game, kind of like the XCOM games, I guess, but it doesn't seem to be um, as heavily invested into the tactical elements that XCOM had. But nevertheless, I think genres of sci-fi alien kind of stuff, XCOM type of experience would like this, even though it's different to XCOM, it still has a lot of similarities. If it looks like your kind of game, 20th of June 2023 is when it's coming out, multiple platforms, and it would be nice if they were to make a demo, especially for Steam. But even if they don't, I think the trailers are pretty explanatory when it comes to what you might expect from the game. It doesn't seem like misleading trailers like some other games have. So it seems to be what it is in the trailer of the game. It looks fun. I personally wouldn't mind playing it, but since I'll be busy with other stuff in June, even if I did somehow get a chance to try it, I won't be able to. And since I started this list with the game I'm most excited about, the second game I'm most excited about is Final Fantasy 16. But it's an exclusive game for PlayStation 5, timed exclusive PlayStation 5 game. Eventually, it will come to PC probably in 6 or 12 months from now. Maybe more, maybe less, you never know. But Final Fantasy 16 looks amazing, promising, and it looks like it has some very nice boss fights with those. I think they call them icons or something like that fights. The legacy of the crystals has shaped our history for long enough. On the 22nd of June 2023, the game will be coming, and the story is it goes like this. For centuries, people have walked to the mother crystals to partake of their blessing. The abundant ether that fuels the magics they rely upon in their everyday lives. As the ether begins to fade and the lifeless deadlands spread ever further, so too does the struggle for possession of the final flickers of the mother's light grow ever more fierce. Yet amidst the gathering storm, there are those who believe that the legacy of the crystals has shaped mankind's destiny for long enough. And regarding characters, you, the main character, are Clive Rossfield, if I'm not mistaken. And um, it starts as you're the big brother of Joshua, and Joshua seems to kind of be, I think, a vessel of Phoenix. He awoke as the dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth, and yeah, he has a noble upbringing. And again, you're his big brother, Clive, and it's pretty interesting how the story will take turn, where the story will take us. I like the medieval fantasy setting this time around for this one. It brings it back to the original roots of the original old school Final Fantasy games. And some of the other characters also seem pretty fun and interesting. Not a big fan of the English voice acting, but I never play those games with English voice acting. But some of the trailers have been giving me cringe feelings when I watch them. But it seems like it has an interesting battle system, kind of okay character customization system, and basic, underwhelming, disappointing itemization system. Nothing like what we saw in Stranger of Paradise. So if you were expecting the itemization system depth that Stranger of Paradise had, this won't have it, but it still seems to have an amazing visuals, which actually deteriorated comparing old trailers with new trailers. The visuals look worse now than before, but it still looks like the boss fights would be extremely fun in general. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struckweb. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.